Istočna Trakija deo je Turske koji još uvek odoleva promenama.
Behind us, you can see some canals. Those are used for the canalization and for the clean water, which is taken from the outside, from the mountains. As far as we know, they are bringing the water from Ida mountain and they are getting inside the city for the fountains and for usage of the people. You can see those columns, the smaller ones for the clean water, the bigger ones for the canalization. You can see also some storage which we call pitos. They are not all storage, actually the fat ones on the back sides. They use for the storage and the back sides are for the liquids, for olive oil, for honey, for milk. They keep it inside. They need to keep as cold and they are digging the soil. They're putting inside the soil and they keep it cold because otherwise it cannot stand for a long time. Even the important part is the milk. But there is one here, they use it as a coffin. In the beginning, they are digging the people not directly to the soil. And they think that people are coming to the earth, to earth when they're born in a shape from their mother's stomach. And they do the same shape when they die. It's a little bit harder because when a body dies, you know, it's getting harder. So they're using hot water to change the shape. They take the knees to the stomach. They close the arms like this, put the head down, make it upside down, like inside the mother's body, put inside that cubes, and they dig the soil and they put with the cubes. So it's kind of a coffin, which is used in the first periods. Then they started to use the same system, but they directly dig inside the soil, and later ages, starting from Rome, Lydias, Lycias, those ancient parts used coffins, which is marbles, which we call lahit. We can see also the examples inside the museum. So many people mix all those with the amphoras. Amphora is the thing which has two handles. That AM in the beginning means two. So if it has two handles, it's amphora, like amphitheater. If it's amphitheater, it has to be circle, whole circle, not half circle. So it has to have both sides and the stages in the middle. So that am is two sides, two handles, two pieces.
U Arkadije vinogradima otac i ćerka stvorili su gastronomsku oazu u prirodi.
I am half of the father-daughter duo that started this beautiful estate. We started with my father in 2006, actually in 2004, and we planted these vineyards in 2006 to do some unmanipulated terroir wines in this unused part of Turkey. But after coming here, we realized that this region was actually a very ancient terroir and famous one that is giving great wines starting from 5th century BC until the Balkan Wars, and after that the winemaking stopped in this region, and after Turkish Republic was founded, because of the state monopoly factory was founded in Tekirdağ, which is 160 kilometers south from here. It was very difficult for the vineyards here to collect and bring their grapes 160 kilometers at the end of 1920s. Logistics was very difficult. So unfortunately, little by little, the winemaking in this region has come to an halt. And until 2004, we came here. We came here only by following scientific data. And after we came here, we found out about this incredibly rich history of the region. And we were so happy and honored to be the ones resurrecting an ancient terroir that was asleep for 100 years.
Kako se od prirode ljudskim delovanjem dobije suština, a ne forma, jer iskrenost se prepoznaje?
At the end of the university, I started working in advertising. And for after about 7 years, which was a great school for me, and it was a great time of my life. But at the end of 6-7 years in that field, I started feeling that I should be doing something different, and preferably something with soil. I didn't know what, and I stopped working there and started working in our family company, which was doing tourism investments at the time. So I started working with my father. I have become the apprentice of my father, we can put it in different words. And while doing very intense projects, we were drinking a glass of wine at the end of the workday just to, relax before going home because it was a very stressful and intense period of work. And we were always talking about, because we both liked terroir wines and, small estate wines. So we would bring wine all the time from all of our travels abroad. We would come back with wine and we would taste those wines together and chat, what kind of wine you like, what is your ideal wine, etc. This was like a nice topic we shared. And the conversation came to, how many potential there is in Turkey. And then we started talking, it would be possible to do this in Turkey, why nobody is doing it? And then we found out because of the monopoly law, there was a minimum production limit, 1 million liter. And just during those years, that monopoly was being privatized, so they canceled that minimum production limit, the minimum quota. So we said, now somebody is going to do it, and how will they do it? They should do it like this, they should do it like that. We were exchanging ideas, and at some point we said, if we have so much ideas, maybe we should be doing it ourselves. And then we started looking for a land. And we are an Istanbul family, so we don't have any attachment to any village and any land anywhere. So we started from reverse. We had this ideal glass of wine in mind, and we started looking for a land that will be suitable to do that style of wine. And meanwhile, I said, okay, to do this wine, we're going to work with advisors, but I need to know more. If I'm going to work with those advisors, I need to understand what they're talking about. So I started studying viticulture and winemaking after I was 30. I was exactly 30 years old at the time. And then, and the story started. So we did about 15,000 kilometers in Turkish Thrace. And we ended up in this beautiful village, in this beautiful land, which used to be just wheat and sunflower fields at the time. And we partnered with very good advisors. For 2 years we prepared the soil before planting, because our approach to viticulture is a sustainable one. And to be able to do a sustainable project, you first should make sure that your soil is alive. So after years and years of conventional agriculture, soil gets compacted and not so alive anymore. So we tried to resurrect that life in the soil by subsoiling and putting some green manure plants in the soil. And as you can see, we don't use any herbicides, any insecticides in our vineyards. But to be sustainable, you need more than that. You need to have a good base. So for 2 years we prepared our land, and in 2006 we planted our first vineyards, and we started. 2009 was our first harvest, and since then we're producing our unmanipulated terroir wines in this beautiful corner of northern Thrace.
There is a connection between Serbian and Turkish varieties.
We grow here both Turkish indigenous grapes and international grapes, because this terroir is very adapted to many international grapes as well. In international grapes we have Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, which performs really well in this terroir. And we also have Sangiovese, which also performs really well in this terroir. We have in the white Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Gris. And indigenous Turkish varieties, we have Narince and Papaz Karası. These two we're working with for the time being. And Papaz Karası is a grape that originates from this region. Actually, it is said that it is a relative of the Prokupak grape that you have very largely in Serbia. It's also one of the relatives of that grape.
What is a gravity technique?
The gravity technique is not as complex as it sounds actually. It is only the thing that we don't use pumps or any mechanical structures to transfer the grapes, not to wine, I mean. The grapes, for the transfer of the grapes, we use gravity, meaning that falling by itself, by the gravity force to the tank. Skins and the seeds, actually, 2 steps, and oxidation we can say. When you use a pump to transfer the grapes, the skins are crushed too much or you break the seeds. And the harsh tannins, the green tannins that's disturbing the mouthfeel are coming from that, and it is extended to the wine itself. If you want to get rid of these bad tannin, you need to use some fining agents, but they are destroying the aroma of the wine also. So from the beginning, you should save your wine and keep the green tannin away from it by the gravity technique.
What are you offering in a bottle?
Well, we are offering, first of all, unmanipulated wines of this amazing terroir. But more than that, we are offering a dream that we have started dreaming together with my father 20 years ago and have seen progressively to come to life. So we're sharing that now with everybody.